GS has went through quite a few changes in its time. We went from having no game modes to getting great, to getting the mines, even being able to eventually awaken our characters that were just originally 5-star units, and now here we are getting ascended characters that are just completely ridiculous, overpowered as hell, and these units are changing the game with every single release. However, there's a huge update coming for Grand Summoners, and this update is the Grand Battle update. The Grand Battle is going to be a brand new game mode in GS that is seeming like it's going to be kind of big, like it will be one of the main things we're going to be playing from here on out. Like how this game mode has over 160 equips. Granted, a lot of those probably going to be terrible, but still, that's a lot. And it's just so much to unpack here. There's so much information, and I'm going to do my best to kind of just go through it all and make it as digestible as possible. What is the Grand Battle mode? Grand Battle is going to be a brand new mode where we're going to be having events in it, or if I'm not mistaken, these are going to be called episodes, where you'll be able to see your unit on a grid type plane, and you have to move them to certain treasure chests, certain bosses, or whatever to keep progressing the story and to keep making your unit stronger. Yes, I said stronger there. Since every time you move 3 spaces, you will be greeted with a fight of some kind. It may not be a crazy boss fight, but it will be some type of fight. If you are successful in the fight that you just fought, you will be able to buff up your character's stats as you see here. We have HP, attack, defense. I'm assuming this is barrier, some type of hammer, which I guess maybe for the crafting or gathering more resources. And the last one at the bottom is, I'm assuming, something to do with B or Archjet. Also, after beating battles, you have a chance to encounter Yuna, a brand new character that is going to be in Grand Battle and possibly a unit at some point. And Yuna will allow you to draw a card, any card that you want, and this card that you draw will be able to buff up one attribute chosen at random for a unit that is currently on your team. Oh, and one more thing. If you draw a red card from Yuna, you will be able to draw again and see if you can get something else. Yuna is going to be one of the many characters that are currently in the new Grand Battle mode, by the way. We have a few units coming that are pretty crazy. But when we have the Men in Black, which I'm assuming these guys are going to be the main antagonist or just the grunts in this saga. We also have 3 other characters, including a furry. Truly is a dark day in GS. We have Azul that's on the left, which is a demon who calls himself a pirate. We have Vina, which is a beast bounty hunter. And finally, we have Fyral, a young member of the Divine Company, which we'll probably learn more about this company and all of these characters as time goes on, and especially during each of these character episodes or whatever we'll be getting from the Grand Battle. But all these units look really good. Yuna looks amazing, especially excited for Azul. I mean, he kind of looks like Renji, but not entirely. You know, I had to point that out. I'm a Bleach fan after all. Back to the game mode though, there's more mechanics than just moving around the map and fighting bosses and powering up your units. You'll be able to explore the grid using action points to obtain various Mystica and more luxury items. Mystica is going to be the main type of crafting material you're looking for from this game mode. But moving around the map and fighting isn't as freely as just using these action points whenever you want to. You also have stamina for each of the characters. If I'm not mistaken, each character has around 5 stamina. So you'll have to make sure you have a assortment of units, I'm assuming, to be able to switch out on the fly. One thing I will mention is that there will be items in the game that will cover AP and your unit's stamina. You can also buff up the stamina recovery rate of your units, and AP, what you use to open chests and all that, will be able to be recovered by defeating bosses in the game mode. And as far as just how gameplay works for the game mode, that's kind of all we know. Well, that was all we knew until this morning. We got some more info about the game mode, which there is also a mission type that you can do called Record Mission. Record Mission is a special mission which appears once every episode, requiring an EX boss to be beaten 5 times in order to obtain 1 Expert LB Stone. Also, this time around, since this is the first release of Grand Battle, we'll be able to obtain Lucky Gems and Unit LB Stones as well from this battle. So hey, look at that. Now there's a way for us to actually obtain Expert LBs. Granted, it's only 1 per event in this game mode. You know, that's pretty much just like a regular LB stone nowadays. We're able to move around this grid, obtain chests that have various types of items in them, fight bosses that are somewhat difficult, I'm assuming. But if we beat them, we're able to get more of this material and also possibly AP so we can keep playing the game mode. And also after every battle we fight, we'll be able to buff up our character stats. Seems pretty interesting on paper, right? Very solid game mode idea. Now though, let's talk about the other thing that's going to be coming with this update, which is going to be fusion craft. Fusion crafting is going to be the main thing that you are going to be rewarded with from the grand battle. You'll be able to fuse over 160 equips, and the way how you make these equipments is by using various Mystica that you obtain through grand battle and crest fragments. Yep, you heard me right. All you guys out there crest farming right now that got hundreds upon hundreds of crest fragments, make sure you keep saving them, because you're going to need a lot of crest fragments when it comes to this game mode. But if you want to see how this all works in action, take a look right here. This is a video that they posted on their Twitter, and as you can see, we have 4 different Mystica that we can select, and we can select, from what I can tell, any assortment of this. And at the top we have 5 different vials. However, take note of the color in each vial. We have a red, purple, blue, green, and yellow. These colors correspond to the equip colors that we have in the game. And depending on which of these materials that we select down here, as you see, they select the second one in this case, it heavily influences us to get a magic item of some kind. Once we are happy with the split we have, we can click to proceed to the next step, which is selecting one of these materials, which I'm assuming you get this from Grand Battle as well. I Google translated these, so take these with a grain of salt on what exactly they mean, but you can select up to 2 of them. One says when it decompresses, all common Mystica can be restored, which I'm assuming that means that we get a portion of our resources back to us when we craft. The second one here is able to increase the crafting experience earned by 1.5 times. The third one is a physical rune, as you can tell by the sword in the crystal, which this increases the probability of generating a physical equip. And then the dead fish bone at the bottom is able to increase the probability of generating a specific 5-star equip. Oh, and in case you haven't noticed, yes, generating a certain equip is completely random. So using these types of resources is going to be very beneficial, since you'll be able to kind of manipulate the rates to what you're looking for. But as you see here, they pick the skull, then after picking the skull, they have to select the crest fragments. As you see here, they pick just the regular old level 4 attack, which from here, from what it looks like, they're only using a singular one, not even like 10 or whatever. They're only using 1 crest fragment to perform this craft. Also take note too, before we even selected an item, we were extremely likely to get some type of magic equip. But now, as you see, the odds have kind of evened out, and it's a little bit more weighted to a physical equip. However, as you see here, once they actually use it, the pot has a little cool animation, does a little dance, and then boom, they get this equip, which I think is still a magic equip. Also, I'm not exactly for sure what this equip is doing, but as you see, there's a lot of bonuses. If I'm not mistaken, this is skill CT, some type of damage buff, I'm assuming, and then possibly like another magic buff or something else. But that's essentially how Fusion Craft works, using the various Mystica to try to influence the rates that you get and hopefully getting one of the items that you're actually looking for. The worst part about this entire system is that it's random and you can't go exactly for the equip you want, but I mean, I guess that's just how they wanted to do it this time around. So yeah, there is a lot, and I mean a lot, coming to this game, and GS is actually changing. This is probably the most meaningful update we have received in Grand Summoners in forever. A new game mode that is adding so many new equips and a whole new way to play. I mean, come on, man. We haven't seen this since like what, the Mines or Cross Battle? Y'all remember Cross Battle? And they never did anything with it? Yeah, I mean, hopefully they just don't leave this one in the dust. This seems pretty interesting. It seems like it has a lot of stuff going for it. So I hope to God that it actually succeeds and it does really well and a lot of people enjoy it. I can't wait for this to come out to global. I want to do a real in-depth deep dive into all of its mechanics and really show you guys the best way to play and the best equips and all that to go for. Because yeah, they are cooking. They are cooking over there on the JP team. And I realize now why we weren't getting too much in these last couple of months, because this seems like it took a lot of resources to get it to the place that they wanted to be in. But ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna be it for this. Tell me down below what you guys think about Grand Battle or some of the new characters. Are you guys excited about them? They look cool to you? Or let me know all that type of stuff down below in the comment section. Azul's info will actually be coming out very soon. That's the pirate guy, by the way, which we'll be covering his info once he comes out, and I'm hoping he's actually pretty broken because I love his design. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you all again for coming out. It's me, Boy P. If you enjoyed this video, have a check out either one of the other videos popping on the screen right now. Great content, guarantee you love them. Oh, and one more thing before you leave, don't forget to drink water.